아파트 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 kissy face.
My Model X doesn't have, but the newer Tesla has it. But I kind of like it in a way that I don't have it. Can you guess what that is? And here I created a list of all the dollars I spent after owning this Model X. Should I sell my Tesla Model X? Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's been 6 years after first purchase of my 2018 Tesla Model X. And in this video, we're gonna do a deep review of my Model X and we'll see if it's still a good car. And we'll answer some of the questions like whether you should buy new or buy old, and should I sell my car after 6 years. And we're gonna break down to 6 sections to review this car from different perspectives. I hope that will give you a good idea of the overall satisfaction of my 6 years old Tesla Model X. And first, let's talk about the battery and the efficiency. This is probably the most important part that EV owners care about, which is how much of your battery deprecated after many years. For my Tesla Model X, it was originally purchased in September 2018, and the car is using 18650 batteries. And now, after 6 years, the overall range reduced from the 295 miles to 262 miles when charging to 100%. This result was conducted in a battery test a couple days ago before shooting this video, and I did a battery calibration to get an accurate estimate. If you don't know what is Tesla battery calibration, feel free to reference my another video in this channel. But overall, the range decreased from 295 to 262, which is 33 miles and about 10% depreciation. I think for an EV that's already last 6 years, 10% battery depreciation is certainly acceptable. And I noticed that the battery depreciation really getting slow after 3 years. I got this 2018 Model X in 2021. And these 3 years, it only depreciated roughly about 3%, which is pretty good. Also, I wanted to note that 33 miles 10% range depreciation is based on the estimated range on your Tesla screen. It is not the actual range you can actually drive your Tesla. But for the battery depreciation percentage, it should carry the same trend and the projection. Your Tesla's actual range could be affected by many factors like weather and temperature. I have another video about how to better understanding your Tesla energy. Feel free to check it out. Regarding the efficiency, I wanted to talk about 2 items that makes my current Model X less efficient than the latest Tesla Model X. The first is the motor. My Model X is using the induction motor, and Tesla upgraded our Model X motor to permanent magnet in 2019, and that directly reflects to the vehicle's range. Like if you check the latest 6-seat Tesla Model X, which is the same seat arrangement as my current Model X, and the range is 329 miles, about 10% more than my current Model X. The other is the heater, which is the latest version. It is using the heat pump, whereas mine is using the resistive coil. Tesla heat pumps are up to 3 times more efficient than the traditional heaters. They can extract heat from the even cold air, which makes them more efficient than the traditional electric heating system. A rough energy saving number is around 5 to 15% for the heat pump. I have another video about my Model X winter actual range and energy efficiency. Feel free to check it out if you're interested. And here, I show a picture of the data about my last whole year's charging cost. I charged total 4,225 kilowatt hours and cost around $1,000 based on my home and work electricity rate. So my annual gas saving is still around $641. The moving pieces here is the electricity cost, and some areas might have even cheaper electricity rate, so you actually save more than mine. So here the comparison is like if we don't compare the latest Tesla Model X efficiency, just looking at the number, it is still acceptable given the size of my Model X, which is a 3-row SUV, and it still has gas saving throughout the year. And next, I want to talk about the driving experience. Overall, my Tesla Model X drives pretty smooth. It gives me the feeling of electric car with that instant torque and immediate response of accelerations. So far, I really love it. I have also driven the latest Tesla Model X produced in 2024, which the difference is the feel of different motors and regenerative braking. As I mentioned earlier, my Tesla Model X is using the induction motor, where the new ones are all permanent magnet. The difference is an induction motor creates its magnetic field by inducing the current in the rotor, while a permanent magnet motor uses fixed magnet to generate the magnetic field, resulting in higher efficiency and better control. So I think here I can really feel that way, that when driving the new Model X, its regenerative braking is much stronger and that can bring the vehicle to completely stop. But my Model X cannot bring it to complete stop, so you cannot really do one pedal driving. But overall, I feel the driving is not a big issue to me. So while I'm driving my Tesla Model X, one factor that I think is a bit annoying is the wind and road noise. That my old Tesla Model X is kind of loud. Especially when you drive on the highway over 70 miles per hour. This is unfortunately when Model X was built in 2018, there are issues with the door seal design, wind noise from the Falcon Wing door, and all this due to the early production quality inconsistencies. But the car at this price point should be really quiet. The newer Model X is much better regarding the wind and road noise. I feel this type of improvement is also acceptable or more like acknowledged by the early Tesla owners. And I think the EV is more like electronics that will see improvements continuously, so I hope this is still a valid view of a Tesla Model X after 6 years, even if you get a new one from now. So a few points about the exterior and the interior. Here I wanted to know that this Model X was manufactured back in 2018, but the exterior pretty much looked the same as the latest version. There are two major differences. One is the more sleeker looking for the front fog light, and the other is the newer Model X is chrome deleted. But if you really want to get rid of this chrome on your car's body, it costs roughly about $700 to $900 to delete it. I replaced my wheel to black 2 years ago, and I think it makes it look better. For interior, there were more updates on the newer Model X. The major difference is horizontal center display, and it has better brightness and resolution. And also there's a rear screen that the kids can watch video in the back. But in my Model X, it only has the one. But that's pretty much it. My Model X has the same 6-seat configuration, same trunk and front sides, and almost all the basic features like automatic door, push the brake to close the door, and the panoramic front windshield, which has tint on the upper side. And if you want to put an extra shade, it will also work. I put it for my passenger seat. The interior is not nicer than the newer model, but it has most of the functionalities and serves the purpose of a big SUV that can carry your family on a road trip. Regarding the software update, this is essentially a really big important features that every Tesla owners love, is that your vehicle is no longer a traditional machine, but more like a smartphone that will get updates from time to time. I think some old Tesla owners are worried about the older Tesla models don't even get any software update. But that's probably true for some of the very old version from 2016 and 2017. But for my Model X, it actually keep getting updates. Especially I have the FSD package and the hardware 3.0, and my current FSD version is V12.5.4. It's less confident than the hardware 4.0, but it is usable in a not too heavy traffic road. And this year, I also got the Tesla's holiday software update on my 2018 Tesla Model X. And with all the new features like the set arrival energy and search along route and other features. My Model X is equipped with the Intel Atom chips, and it's slower than the AMD one, but it is indeed still getting software update. Imagine a car that was manufactured back in 2018 and now it is still getting software update and continues getting the new features. Thinking from that perspective, I think it's already amazing. And there's also one thing that my Model X doesn't have, but the newer Tesla has it. But I kind of like it the way that I don't have it. Can you guess what that is? So that's the cabin camera. So why is that? Cabin camera can actually provide extra safety features, especially when you purchase the premium connectivity. But it is causing issues when you enable the FSD on the highway. It is very sensitive that if you don't stare at the road, it will always alert you. I realize this is very annoying when I drive my 2023 Tesla Model Y. But my Model X doesn't have this cabin camera, so it doesn't have this issue. And next, I want to talk about the maintenance and the issues. And this is important that you have an idea about what you expect to get from your Tesla Model X after 6 years. And in my case, I would say it is pretty good if you own an EV, if you get a luxury car or three-row gasoline SUV when you hit 5 to 6 years. That's where you started to pay more bills on the maintenance, like flash transmission fluid, engine-related maintenance, and etc. And all of those can easily cost $2,000 to $3,000 on the maintenance. For my Tesla Model X, it's pretty much like zero. Over the past 3 years, the only thing I did other than regular vehicle checking was to just change the tire once. And the cost is about $1,000. And for my Model X, you're probably looking at changing the tire every 30,000 miles. And you don't need a tire rotation because the tire is a stagger set. Other than that, there's no other maintenance cost. I replaced the carbon filter myself and it's quite easy to do it yourself. And the brake still has half of its life after 57,000 miles because of the regenerative braking. And there are also many Tesla owners very curiously about how many issues you encounter, especially after the initial 4 years warranty expired. And here I created a list of all the dollars I spent after owning this Model X, include the issues and the maintenance. So quick breakdown here, in 2022, one of my third row seat cannot fall down. And back then the car was still under warranty, so Tesla fixed it for free. And also at the same year, I replaced the tire that cost me $1,000, as I mentioned earlier. And in 2023, I did a regular brake and wheel alignment maintenance that cost $350. In 2024, I found an issue in my Falcon Wing door, which is the door lock cap was broken. So that only cost me $40 for Tesla to actually help me to fix it. And also the same year, I found out like a squeaking noise in the front suspension of my Model X. And then when I sent the car to the service center, the technician said the front suspension upper control arm has a ball joint and that one is no longer good. So it's recommended to replace that. So I spent another $400 to replace that. So that's all the money I spent over the past 3 years, and that's it. I think so far it's pretty good and I didn't hit a lot of issues, especially the issues that would cost more to fix. I would say the overall satisfaction of my Tesla Model X maintenance and quality is pretty good. And last is the value of this car. I think this is the worst part, but also kind of in general the trend that a car is a depreciating item. And the EV especially's price is also decreasing a lot in the past couple years. I bought this car during the COVID, which was probably at the highest price point in the industry. And now this car only worth about $30,000 for the sales if you search from the dealerships. And the trade-in value is probably only $25,000 to $27,000. But this also means if you want to get a pre-owned Tesla Model X, it is actually pretty cheap and worth the value given all the features it can still provide. It's just you will have to deal with all the issues and differences from the new Model X I mentioned earlier in this video. And I hope this video could give you a good perspective when you consider older Tesla Model X. If you want to learn more about the tips to purchase a pre-owned Tesla Model X, leave in the comment below and I can make a separate video about that. So with everything I talked about, should I sell my Tesla Model X? And I guess the answer is no. I won't get a lot of money back from selling it, but just looking at the car, it is a great car and it's a three-row SUV with large trunk and front. It has been carrying me and my family to Canada, Pennsylvania, and many other road trips. It charges not as fast as the latest Tesla and also not that efficient as well, but overall it is still a great car with continuous software updates and latest FSD. I will just keep driving it unless I start to see more issues. And let's see when I'm gonna sell it. I will definitely post a video at the time that I want to sell this Model X. But as for now, my 6 years old Model X, it is good. And I hope this video could give you useful information about my experience with my 6 years old Tesla Model X that can help with your decision either purchasing a new or pre-owned Tesla Model X. If you like my video, please hit that like button and subscribe my channel. And thanks for watching. I'll catch up in the next one.